Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Sages, Dan and Dana, for asking me to present about a topic of which I'm very familiar, and that's the accreditation process for bariatric programs. And why do we do it? Why is it important? And what is your benefit? What can you get from this? What can your patients get from accreditation? So we now have the MBSAQIP. We're 5 years old. What are our goals? Why do we have the quality improvement program? It's to provide safe and accessible treatment for our patients, quality care, data collection so that the actual standards that we accredit by are outcomes based, and then quality improvement and initiatives that can be both local, regional, as well as national. As of this week, there are 834 centers participating. 745 are fully accredited in all states except for Alaska. We also have 55 initial applicants in progress. So we are continuing to grow and actually are performing more site visits than any other quality program in the American College of Surgeons. Just an example of where all of our accredited centers are throughout the United States. We've recently restructured our committees. We initially had 4 committees: standards, verification, data, and quality. They've been consolidated down into 2 larger committees, all under the Committee of Metabolic and Bariatric Surgery. This was done in order to align ourselves in the same manner as the other quality programs within the American College of Surgeons. And we felt that we've matured to the point where we need to start having the similar structure as the other committees. So what do? We're trying to accomplish quality care. And that really starts with knowing what kind of care you're achieving. And that's where the data collection comes in, the analysis, looking at our outcomes, our semi-annual reports that we get. And then based upon your outcomes, having feedback, planning your quality improvement initiatives, and then working as a team to implement those and then recheck your results and hopefully lead to ongoing improvements in the care we're providing to our patients. So how did we get to where we are today? If we go back over 15 years, there was the rapid growth of bariatric surgery, really due to the increase in laparoscopic surgery. There were high complication rates reported in the press, negative coverage. Training was very uneven. There's a lot of very negative and bad articles that were very commonly seen. And so the leaders of the ASBS, as well as the American College of Surgeons, determined that there was a need for a Center of Excellence program. And so the Surgical Review Corporation was created. It was founded by the leaders within the ASBS. It was felt that it would be important to have an independent company so that it did not have. Is there any way they can fix that? Thanks. It's making it hard. I'm sorry, our screen up here is blinking and it's making it difficult to look at. The ASBS thought that the SRC should be fully independent because, one, we weren't an as well-established field at that time, and they thought that many would think it would be self-serving if we were accrediting our own centers. So the initial goal was to improve the efficiency, efficacy, and safety of bariatric surgery. So we also had the other program, the BSCN program, through the American College of Surgeons. Why do we have 2 programs? Well, the college wanted a program. The leaders of the ASBS, one felt like a joint program, they'd lose control. And as I've previously mentioned, they felt like they would appear self-serving if they ran their own program. And so we ended up with 2 separate programs. But after both these programs came into being, and if we look at the standards and compare the standards, they are remarkably similar. We reached a point where the members were questioning what are we getting out of the initial programs. There's always a question with volume. Is volume a real requirement? I'm doing good results. I'm not doing 125 cases a year, but I'm not having any complications. It's not fair that I can't be a COE. The old processes had no quality improvement. It was just looking at volume and structure. And the thought was that some of the requirements really had no evidence to support them, and that we needed to have a way to look at all the standards and figure out what was the, which ones were science-driven, which ones were not. So the joint initiative of the MBSAQIP came to being, a combination of the American College of Surgeons, the ASMBS, and their respective programs. We have taken the structures of the old programs, added the quality initiatives, and have now come up with what I think is an ideal accreditation program. And what are our methods that we can actually determine success, quality, or accredit programs? Structural measures, that's volume. And again, volume's not ideal. It shouldn't be the only issue. It's kind of a proxy for performance. But if you look at almost any study that has looked at volume, you can't exclude it. It really does matter. It is related to outcomes. Process measures, these are our pathways, and they do matter as well. Although which ones are most important, which ones actually matter, we don't know. Those are things we need to learn. And then finally, outcomes. You know, can we judge programs based on outcomes? This is actually more difficult than it would seem, because there is a lot of noise, particularly in a field where major events are so infrequent. Even things like leaks, VTE, mortality, all occur with such low frequency that it is very difficult to actually risk stratify programs unless they are huge outliers from other programs. And so what we actually have to do is take a combination of all these measures when determining whether a program should be accredited or not. We came out with our initial standards in 2014. The new version 2 came out in fall of 2016. I'm not going to spend much time, if any, going over the standards. You can find all this information online at the MBSAQIP website. And in addition, there are regular webinars where you can call, ask questions if you have any questions regarding the standards or preparing for site visits. Now, data entry is an important thing, and it's one thing that takes some resources if you're an accredited program, because you must have a what we call the MBSCR, or clinical reviewer. It's a dedicated data entry person. This person cannot be involved in direct patient care, but it allows us to get good data that we can have verified reports, and so we can get regular reports online. You can check your data compared to national standards at any time. We get risk-adjusted, or our semi-annual reports twice yearly, where your data is risk stratified compared to other programs with confidence intervals and placing you within deciles of performance. And we now have the PUF, or participant use file, which allows any of us to get a spreadsheet with the data of the entire database for our research projects, and that's now available through MBSAQIP. The semi-annual report, again, comes out twice a year, and it puts you in as expected, exemplary, or needs improvement. If you're have a category, for example, sleeve leak that needs improvement, then you can also look in the column as to whether it's an outlier or not, and that's whether it's a statistically significant outlier needs improvement. If that's the case, one of our requirements is that you then develop a quality improvement program or initiative to try to determine the cause and find an improvement for any needs improvement outlier status. Data collection's useful so you can benchmark your outcomes. You can determine where you have problems before outside agents tell you that you need to change. It can help you with your local market positions, and then allows you to work with others within your hospital to improve outcomes. There's also some benefits for us. If you participate in MBSAQIP, then it takes care of your Part 4 for your American Board of Surgery MOC. So your data entry is covered there. You can help, particularly those of you in solo practice who don't have your meaningful use or whatever the current thing they're going to require in the future, submitted to CMS. You can use the data from your database entry to qualify, to eliminate your penalties, and then again the ability to benchmark your outcomes. So what do we have coming up? A lot of new things with the new quality improvement program. Our second quality improvement program, the first was DROP, decreasing readmissions. The second one's going to be an enhanced recovery pathway, where we've taken programs that have longer lengths of stay and giving them the opportunity to participate in this next National Quality Improvement Program. We're going to have the new bariatric track at what was used to be called the SemiAnnual Annual Conference, but is now been renamed the American College of Surgeons Quality and Safety Conference. It's going to be this summer, not just for NSQIP, but now we have our own track for the MBSAQIP and all of the other quality programs within the American College of Surgeons are going to be able to participate in this conference. So if you have a good quality project that you have accomplished in the future, remember that this would be a good program to submit it to. Again, there is the Ask MBSAQIP webinars that occur on a regular basis. If you just Google search Ask MBSAQIP, it'll pull you up to the page on the college website, and it also has links to all of the previous webinars if you want to review those as well. So I think we've made a lot of progress. We're providing a lot of benefit, not only to our patients, but to our programs and to us, our surgeons. Again, we're now starting our second National Quality Improvement project. We have our second set of standards. You have our benchmarked results. It allows you to remain in compliance both with CMS and your maintenance of certification. And while doing all this, we're able to improve our outcomes in bariatric surgery. Thanks.